Hello everyone, Pi from SundaySwap here, and I just wanted to record a quick demo of a new tool that we've open sourced called Sorbet. We've shown off this tool before, but it allows you to emulate a wallet using publicly available data, and this can be really helpful for developers building dApps because they can either test really obscure corner cases, for example, really congested wallets, or triage user support issues faster. So in the description, you can find a link to the GitHub repo. It's an open source project, so we welcome any contributions if you find it useful. The README describes how to go ahead and build and install the extension and how to use it. It's a little out of date. I might update it after this video. But before you do that, just make sure, because this isn't in the Chrome web store, you have to load it as a developer extension. Make sure that you only do that from sources that you trust and understand what the code does and things like that. Loading extensions that haven't gone through the approval process in the Chrome Web Store is a really, really great way to burn yourself and create, really severe security issues. So just be really careful with that. Additionally, Sorbet will never, ever ask for a seed phrase. So if you ever download, even from an official source, Sorbet, and it asks for a seed phrase, immediately uninstall it and report it to us, and we'll help amplify the message on the malicious version of Sorbet. Just always be careful where you enter your seed phrase, and Sorbet, even though it pretends to be a wallet, will never ask you for your seed phrase. All right, so if you don't want to clone and compile the extension yourself, over here under releases, we have a zip file that you can download. If you download that zip file and extract it, it has all of the files that you need to install the Chrome extension. So for example, this is the JavaScript, HTML, CSS, a little logo, and the manifest file. The manifest file tells Chrome what kind of extension it is, what features and permissions to request, and things like that. With that downloaded, the way that you install it is, and I'm using Brave, so it might look slightly different, but it should be mostly the same because Brave is built on the Chrome codebase. You can come here and click Manage Extensions. And initially, developer mode is probably toggled off, but there will be a setting to turn that on. And then you can load unpacked. This loads, from a directory on disk, a Chrome extension. You'll want to click on this and navigate to the folder where that manifest.json file is. So for example, I'm going to navigate into this Sorbet folder, and even though it doesn't show the manifest file, it's only showing folders. I can click open. That went ahead and installed it. If I click on details, I can see several Chrome specific options and the extension options down here. This is where you enter your Blockfrost API key so that it can query data when you enter in an address. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording and do that off screen. All right, I went ahead and did that. And now up here in your extensions, you can see a new entry, SundaySwap Sorbet. I'm going to go ahead and pin that for convenient access. And then I can come over to any dApp that supports connecting to any installed wallets. Some of the dApps out there still have a hard-coded list of wallets they support, and so there's a way to work around that in the tool, but it's easiest to test on a website like SundaySwap that connects and shows any wallet that you have installed. If I click on this button, I can see the interface that it provides, and in particular, I can enter in a wallet address, or I believe we support ADA handles that I want to impersonate. So in this case, I just entered in my own personal address. This is the one that I run my stake pool out of. And you can see that if I refresh this page, there's now a Sorbet option, as if I had installed a wallet called Sorbet. So if I click on this and connect the wallet, I'm browsing SundaySwap as if I were browsing from my own wallet, which, in this example is a little silly, but imagine that I had opened a support ticket with SundaySwap and was reporting some, tricky UI issue. They could emulate that wallet and see exactly what I'm seeing. You can see, for example, I have all my ADA handles, and it shows kind of all this data. In particular, because Sorbet doesn't have the private keys, obviously it won't be able to sign any transactions. So it just kind of emulates and returns a raw signature and pretends like it successfully submit the transaction so that you can step through it. But there's obviously no way for us to spend funds or anything like that. One feature that we are currently in the process of adding, so you may not see this, but it should appear soon, is this address book feature. So if you click on this star, it will save that address in this address book. And for example, maybe you have 5 different wallets that all have different kind of common use cases. Like, so one is an empty wallet and one has thousands of UTXOs and, things like that. You can kind of save up those common wallets and access them really conveniently. We'll be adding a human readable display name to make that even nicer. We're also adding the ability for a website itself to implement Sorbet integration. So if it detects that Sorbet is installed, something like C Explorer could add a, set Sorbet button that when you're browsing C Explorer, if you come across an address, you can immediately set that in Sorbet. And so that could lead to some really cool developer integrations. Finally, we're planning on adding SIP45 support. So, if you missed it, recently we added this peer-to-peer wallet support. Currently, Eternal and a few other wallets support it. And we're adding that to Sorbet so that you can test those kinds of flows as a dApp developer as well. So we hope that you find this tool interesting and useful, and please let us know any feedback you have about it or problems that you encounter. We're happy to help, and we're happy to receive contributions if you found it useful and want to add your own features. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day.